Hey everybody, this is Rycard here again, and welcome to another Pokemon Movesets video. Today's video is going to be about both Plusle and Minun, so let's get started by taking a look at their typing, abilities, and stats. So to start things off, both Plusle and Minun are Electric-type Pokemon introduced into Generation 3 that have access to two abilities. But starting with Plusle first, its first ability is known as Plus, which increases this Pokemon's special attack while on the battlefield with another Pokemon possessing the plus or minus ability, whereas its second ability is known as Lightning Rod, which gives this Pokemon an immunity to Electric-type attacks, while also simultaneously providing it with a +1 special attack boost every single time an Electric-type move is used against it. As for its stats though, it possesses a base 60 HP, 40 defense, and 75 special defense, showing that this Pokemon is pretty frail, especially when being damaged by physical attackers, so you do have to be a little bit cautious when using it. Whereas offensively, it has a decent base 50 attack, though you're not going to get much use out of that due to the fact that this Pokemon has a pretty shallow physical attacking move pool. However, its base 85 special attack and its base 95 speed stat allow this Pokemon to function very well as a special attacking sweeper for your team, as it does have some pretty great special attacks to make use of, as well as a really desirable speed stat that'll allow it to outspeed a lot of things it's matched up against. But moving on to Minun, this Pokemon possesses two abilities as well, as mentioned before, but its first ability is known as Minus, which has the exact same effect as Plus, and that will increase this Pokemon's special attack while on the battlefield with another Pokemon possessing the plus or minus ability. But this Pokemon's hidden ability is known as Volt Absorb, which gives it an immunity to Electric-type attacks, while also recovering 25% of its health every time an Electric-type attack is used against it. As for its stats though, Minun is actually the bulkier of the two, possessing a base 60 HP, 50 defense, and 85 special defense. And while its physical defense still isn't that great, it does have the ability to be a pretty good specially defensive Pokemon when matched up against your opponent, as it does have the ability to take special hits pretty well, and also access to recovery to heal off some of that damage. But offensively, it's a little bit weaker than Plusle, possessing a base 40 physical attack and a base 75 special attack, but also retaining that really nice base 95 speed stat to make it quite fast. And as far as current Smogon tiering is concerned, both of these Pokemon find themselves in the PU tier. So with that, let's take a look at the first moveset that I have for them in this video. So for this first moveset, we're going to be running both Plusle and Minun as fully offensive special attackers. So we're going to start this one off by giving them a timid nature to boost their speed but lower their physical attack, going with the Lightning Rod ability for Plusle or the Volt Absorb ability for Minun, and then an EV spread of 4 defense, 252 special attack, and 252 speed EVs to max out their special attack and speed stats. As for the items, we're going to either go with a Choice Scarf to boost their speed while locking them to a move, Choice Specs to boost their special attack while locking them into a move, or a Life Orb to increase the damage of all of their attacks at the cost of losing 10% of their health every time they damage an opponent, but also having the ability to switch up your moves freely. As for those moves though, the first one on the set is going to be our main stab Electric-type attack in the form of either Thunderbolt for the stronger option, or Volt Switch for the weaker option that also grants this Pokemon the ability to weave in and out of battle more easily, as well as possibly grant Switch Initiative for your team and gain you some momentum. Then we're going to be running Grass Knot to allow this Pokemon to have a powerful Grass-type attack to use against opposing ground types that will be immune to your Electric-type moves. And then for your third move slot, either going with Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Fire for additional type coverage, but specifically against opposing grass types that are going to be resisting your Electric-type stabs. Finally, for the last move of the set, we're either going to run Volt Switch here if we want to use that in combination with Thunderbolt to give us a powerful Electric-type attack and Thunderbolt, while also having the utility that Volt Switch provides. But if using the set with Minun specifically, we also have access to Switcheroo, which allows this Pokemon to pass off its item and swap it with another Pokemon that you're matched up against. And this is more so done with the Choice Scarf or Choice Specs item, as this will allow you to potentially lock your opponent into an unfavorable move. As for this next moveset, we're going to be running them as a boosting sweeper. So we're going to start this one off by again giving them the timid nature, the same Lightning Rod or Volt Absorb abilities, and the same EV spread as before, but this time our item choices are either a Life Orb to boost the power of all of our attacks at the cost of losing 10% of our health every time we damage an opponent, or Normalium Z to work in combination with one move specifically, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But for the first move on the set, we're either going to go with a speed boosting option in Agility, which will boost your speed by 2 stages, or a special attack boosting option in Nasty Plot, which will boost this Pokemon's special attack by 2 stages and make it significantly more powerful. Both of these options are very good and allow this Pokemon to deal a lot of damage against its opponents, so it doesn't matter which one you go with, it just depends on whether or not you would rather the speed of Agility or the added special attack of Nasty Plot. Then again, we're going to run Thunderbolt as our main stab Electric-type attack, and then run Grass Knot or Hidden Power Ice in the second move slot for the best type coverage that we could possibly get. Additionally though, for our last move, we get either in Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Fire here if going with Grass Knot in the third move slot and wanting to still have the great type coverage that these two moves provide. But we can also run Sing in combination with Normalium Z on this set, as this will actually boost your speed by 1 stage, thus allowing this Pokemon the ability to boost its speed while also possibly using this with Nasty Plot to boost its special attack. And because Sing also has the added benefit of possibly putting your opponent to sleep, this will allow this Pokemon a very good opportunity to then easily set up with a Nasty Plot after your opponent is put to sleep, if this move hits, of course. So it's an additional option to give you another way of boosting for this Pokemon's stats, and can allow the set to be very deadly, as you'll now have a potential boosted special attack set and a potentially boosted speed stat with Normalium Z and Sing. But otherwise, the type coverage that you get between Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, and Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Fire should provide you with enough coverage to deal a lot of damage to your opponent's Pokemon. Moving on to the third moveset of this video, we're going to be running a sub-berry boost combination for these Pokemon to boost their stats in an additional way, similarly to the previous moveset, but in different means. So we're going to start this one off by going with the Timid Nature, the Lightning Rod or Volt Absorbability for Plusle or Minun, and then an EV spread of 12 HP, 244 special attack, and 252 speed EVs to max out their speed stat, invest a lot into their special attack, while also simultaneously making their HP numbers divisible by 4, which is necessary to give them a much easier time making use of their item on the set, which is either going to be a Papaya Berry to boost the special attack of Plusle and Minun, or a Slack Berry to boost their speed stat when they fall at or below 25% of their health. And the best way to do this is going to be making use of the move Substitute, which will be taking away 25% of their health, while also simultaneously putting them behind a protective barrier to shield them from attacks and statuses while they attempt to set up. And again, our setup moves of choice are going to be Agility and Nasty Plot, but it's recommended to use Agility with the Papaya Berry so that you can boost your speed by 2 stages and boost your special attack by 1 with the Papaya Berry, or make use of Nasty Plot with the Slack Berry to boost your special attack by 2 stages with the Nasty Plot, and your speed stat by 1 stage with the Slack Berry. But either way, we're going to be running Thunderbolt as our main stab electric type move, and then Grass Knot and HP Ice for additional coverage to allow this Pokemon to set up and sweep its opponents regardless of their typing. Finally, for the last moveset of this video, we're going to be running a specially defensive set for these Pokemon to take advantage of, which is preferable to do with Minun as opposed to Plusle because it has a greater special defense stat. So we're going to start this one off by giving them a Calm Nature to boost their special defense but lower their physical attack, and again going with the Lightning Rod or Volt Absorbability. But for the EV spread, this time we're going to put 252 into their HP stat to max that out, 4 into their defense stat, and 252 EVs into their special defense stat to max that out as well and allow them to take special hits very well. And for the item, going with Leftovers, as this is a more defensive set, as this will allow them to recover a little bit of HP at the end of every turn. But for the first attack on this set, we're going to be going with either Discharge or Nuzzle, both of which being able to paralyze your opponents. Discharge being a stronger move, but has a 30% chance to paralyze, whereas Nuzzle is significantly weaker, but is guaranteed to paralyze while also dealing a little bit of damage in the process. Then we're going to be running Sweet Kiss or Encore as our second attack. Sweet Kiss obviously allowing this Pokemon a way of possibly confusing our opponents, which works very well when combined with the paralysis chance from Discharge or Nuzzle, or we can go with Encore as a way to potentially allow this Pokemon to switch in and lock its opponents into an unfavorable move for a period of time that you could then potentially take advantage of. Finally, for the last 2 moves on the set, we're going to be running the Wish Protect combination to allow this Pokemon to heal off any damage that it has received, while also the added benefit of stalling out a turn, possibly with Protect, and also being able to Wish Pass health over to another member of this Pokemon's team. And this set in and of itself is very fun to use. I have a video that I posted like 3 years ago of me sweeping an entire team using Minun with this exact moveset, which I'll post in the description of this video if you want to go check that out, as this set can be very hacksy and be very frustrating for your opponent to deal with if you're allowed to get the opportunity to paralyze them with Discharge or Nuzzle and also confuse them with Sweet Kiss and get a lot of luck in the process. But that is it for this video, everybody, so thank you all for watching my movesets for Plusle and Minun. And as always, take care, goodbye, and I will see you all next time.